If at all the government was actually to effect this directive, how would it have actually affected the businessmen, and also the traders?
I'm not even thinking of just the traders, I'm thinking of the city itself. The whole of I'm just trying to imagine from the clearing and forwarding companies being told that they cannot do any clearing there. All companies have to be based in Nairobi. You have to understand, cargo destined for Nairobi and the hinterland is much higher in percentage than cargo that is just destined for Mombasa in itself. Many companies are headquarters because Nairobi is the headquarters. So by giving such a directive, you're asking all these companies to shut down operation in Mombasa and to start going to Nairobi. The drivers who work for that company, the clerks who work for that company, secretaries, chances of them relocating and going to live in Nairobi would be more difficult. It will now be easier for these companies to start afresh and hire people afresh in Nairobi. So that is one sector which employs thousands of people would have gone down the drain, literally. As it is right now, that is an industry that is already wavering. It's not standing on solid grounds, and we are now not even looking at being on a reactive stage. We are now saying that we now need to come up with a proactive stage by ensuring that the laws that either they were broken, bent, or not there, we come up with systems of actually ensuring that they are going to be there to safeguard our people. And yes, we are being selfish in safeguarding the needs of our people because that is our role. That is our the reason that they gave on the notice was that it is because of efficiency. I fail to understand how efficiency comes in. There are more CFSs in the port in Mombasa and environments. There's more possibilities of us being able to do logistics faster and better than here. The media itself has been reporting on the issues of inefficiency courtesy of the SGR. So when you say that it is because of efficiency, it doesn't add water. The inland container depot itself does not have the capacity to be able to handle all this cargo coming in at a go. Even if you add Gilgil as well, the new port that has been put up, facility, it still does not have that capacity. And even if it did have that capacity, why can't we run a country based on elements of competition? Like you said, you're looking at it in just terms of the traders. I'm looking at this in a more bigger picture. Look at the cost of transporting a container from Mombasa to Nairobi. It costs 30% cheaper by road. That means if you enforce and you insist that it has to use SGR, you're asking cargo for manufacturers, for distributors, for whoever it is. Cost of production in this country will increase when you increase cost of transportation by 30%.
Because I know the cost for charges for transporting a container from Mombasa to Nairobi, it was roughly around 95,000 there. That is 2 fro. But then with the current issue of the SGR, does it cater 2 fro?
I have no idea, but different companies have different charges. But of course, most of these companies, the transport companies, because they're going back empty anyway, so they usually give you that benefit that if you have any cargo, which is very unlikely for you to have cargo from Nairobi to go to Mombasa. But all in all, when you come to the cost element, it costs 30% more to use SGR. You've not even included the fact that you will now have to pick up your cargo from the SGR terminal here. That's an extra cost of you taking it and taking it into your warehouse. That as well has not been included in this whole calculation. So yes, it's a bit wanting. I'm not even looking again. Can you imagine the CFSs that has employed 37,000 plus people? Where were all these people going to go? Where were they going to go, really? There's 10,000 trucks plus currently, and then even on top of it all, the trucking industry, you pay advance tax of 45,000 shillings per truck. Take the instance of 45,000, multiply that by 10,000. That's revenue as well gone from if these companies go down, that's billions that are going to be lost. You're not even looking at that. Look at how much money in any jurisdiction of the world. Public transportation is always subsidized by government, but you cannot subject a people and make them languish in poverty in the hope and auspices that you're going to now say that this government project is going to enrich itself. Look at how many fuel stations, warehouses, lodges and hostels that are there from Mombasa all the way to Nairobi. The whole of the eastern area, Ukamani area, Voi and everyone else, these towns are going to be ghosts. What are they? And by the way, today they have started with cargo. What is there to stop for them to say tomorrow that we are also going to stop human beings from being able to use buses? You have to use SGR. What is there to stop us?
But then it is said that this thing has been there. It's only that the notice wasn't there. So
no, it has not been there. It has not been there. And yes, I'm aware that there are some importers who are being bullied. Some who are being bullied to say that they're being forced to use the SGR. And now we are now saying that we should actually come up with systems to surcharge the person who bullies. This is a country that has laws. People have elected us to be able to represent them. My friend, we're not going to allow a whole city generation to die during our watch. I don't want to be remembered that way in history.
Maybe finally?
Maybe a question. No, from where you sit, what should be the way forward?
The way forward, as I said, if anyone tries to enforce this, they should be surcharged. This is a country with law. There's delegated legislation. They can be able to bring this up in Parliament. It goes to the relevant committees. It is debated. It is discussed. You don't go and look at 1 million plus livelihoods, from Mombasa all the way to Nairobi, 1 million plus people, and you just decide on the tick of a pen, decide that this is something that I want to do. Where are you expecting these people to go? Exactly where are they going to go?
So you're still inviting the CS even after suspending?
I'm not the one who invited him. He was invited by the speaker, and I'm glad the whole house saw the importance of this. I'm hoping he's going to come, and I'm hoping he's going to be able to share something that I'm not aware of. But whatever it is, it has to be able to justify the notion of actually killing cities.